hello together and a warm welcome to today's Twitter space. We are just going to wait for a few seconds. We're having amazing speakers coming up and joining like the, yeah, uh, e- a lovely beCOOL campaign, which we have prepared. So after the Twitter space, we'll right away jump into Decentraland, where we've got quite a few gamifications, wearables, and our voting active for you. So let us just wait till we've got the speakers up on board. Very excited of having amazing people over here. A big thank you to the team for building this great campaign. And I couldn't be more excited one day before Earth Day on, having this Twitter space together and celebrating into Earth Day together. For all of our Muslim friends, warm Eid Mubarak also. Thank you for taking the time and still being here with us. Looking forward to the space. I see we're having a few speakers already on board. So let's just wait like 1 or 2 minutes so that we have everybody together and we'll get it started. Maybe just like an overview of today's Twitter space and what we want to do today. So besides like the pleasure of talking about the different projects which are involved over here and why climate action is important, we want to shed light on our beCOOL campaign. So Menthol Protocol has been working tirelessly for more than 1.5 years. We've got our soft launch coming up tomorrow, and couldn't be more excited on having you here with us and celebrating this together. In order to have a fun start and engage the community from the get-go, and have them engaged on the brand's corporate social responsibility measures, we have a immersive environmental Metaverse experience where we are displaying different environmental projects over there, where we are having a number of projects have been nominated to have one of the first accounts on Menthol, and will let you, the community, not only win wearables by solving different quests, but actually vote on which first cool pools, which first user accounts to activate. For those of you who do not know what Menthol Protocol is and what we do, I'll also give a small summary over here before handing over to our lovely speakers. Menthol Protocol has set out with the vision to make Web3 the first climate positive industry. We have a easy-to-use access and automation tool, allowing companies and individuals to track and display their carbon footprint, but more importantly, automate the compensating of the respective non-avoidable carbon footprint while inviting their community to be part in the choices of which projects to support and have a transparent, verifiable, customer engaging CSR. So for this, we are very excited to aggregate and partner with different service and suppliers over here who offer great assets. So on the other hand, we are happy to have amazing partners and L1s to build upon, as well as different dApps who are actually using us. So having had this as a small intro, I would love to welcome the speaker from Metaverse as a first participant. We would love to hear very shortly what your company is, what are your latest updates, and how does climate action touch your business model and your strategy. That would be amazing.
Hello, everyone. This is Doctor of Sales, founder of Metaverse, and I'm glad to be here together with you and so excited for the Decentraland event as well. I already have been visited the place and it looks awesome. And as a Metaverse, as maybe some of are already know that we are a digital manufacturer, digital fashion manufacturer, and we are carrying two hats in these participations. And one, we are as a manufacturer, and we are nominated to be one of the cool pool owners, and probably you will give more information about that one. And second one, as a UMSA founder member, and we are providing Menthol Protocol services to the real world brand. And we are so excited to be here as well today. And let's save the planet together.
Awesome. Thanks a lot. And we had like a lovely Twitter space not too long ago. Metaverse has at its core sustainability, by allowing through digital fashion to reduce the actual production necessity. So have an active contribution towards reducing the carbon footprint. But maybe you could explain why climate action is important to you and how you see this as in part of your strategy. Is that an important part? Would love to hear a few comments on your side of climate action.
Yes, sure. Actually, we are having three major legs of our projects, and one of them is completely connected to pollution that textile manufacturing produce currently, because textile manufacturing is one of the less recyclable production process, and they are not able even 10% recycle process from their production, and they cannot recycle even buttons, and they are spending lots of water and lots of energy as well. And one of the worst thing is if they cannot be able to sell the products they produced, and it is so much a disaster scenario cost-wise and pollution-wise for the planet Earth. So we decided to make digital version of their collections before they sell and they market their products, and we can avoid some modeling production in source. So since we are in that business, helping textile and fashion companies produce less products, and it's perfect match with Menthol protocol. Also, we are helping in another way to eliminate their carbon footprint, and it will be really excited if we go there and we can solve two problems in source, and we can have collaboration with huge brands, and it will have three different helps to them. First of all, it's really good thing to save planet, and they can make an public relation on this one, and people will love their brands more, so they can create an edge in competition. So it can be an indispensable source of their competitive power in the market. So they are making similar products, they are having similar shops and similar things. So competition is one of the best enemy of the fashion companies currently. So in Metaverse, we can create outstanding shows, digital shows, and AR, VR available shows, and we can create an edge in marketing sites and with Menthol protocol, and we can eliminate some pollution they already created in their manufacturing. And also in Metaverse, we can help them to reduce their modeling production. So actually, I can talk about it for hours, but I would like to give you the...
Thank you.
Okay, I am talking like your public speaker man as well everywhere, but yeah, that's really...
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for enlightening us over here. I just wanted to share, we know that the climate crisis needs a two-step solution, reducing the carbon footprint through new processes, new innovations and business models. And that's something what you're doing over here. And a big shout out for you for that. Fashion and the clothing industry requires that. And the second point, and that's where Menthol comes in, is compensating for the non-avoidable carbon footprint measured. So we're happy to be hand in hand together with you and working on this together in the fashion industry. With having this said, a big shout out to your community, and everybody also go up and vote for MetaWare. I would love to hand over to Amro from Acquire Finance. Amro, thanks a lot for being here. Would be great to hear what you're up to, what are the latest updates, and why climate action plays an important role for you. Doctor of Sales of MetaWare just pointed out that branding is one important point over here as well. Love to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, and thank you for having this space today. I think it's super important to raise awareness just for overall, climate awareness. For me, MetaWare, it's everybody please follow each other. That's the number one thing that we can do to push this agenda forward. At Acquire Finance, lowering the barriers of entry for people to participate in not just in Web3, right, TradFi, making it frictionless, but really where we're innovating is we allow for the creation of pools of an asset class like renewable energy credits, or carbon credits or solar companies face is that they have large capital expenditure. And more often than not, investors don't have the patience or interest to invest because they can't an increased amount of time. So using Acquirify, where we're able to provide, not only a marketplace for innovation to kind of proliferate, but so that they can bring their community, they can pool this asset class, and they can generate the upfront capital needed to kind of keep expanding their clean energy initiatives. So it's really taking the burden off of the and combat climate change and some of the negatives there. And on the other hand, adding the most robust regulated crowdfunding form will allow companies who are focused on climate change, who are focused on impacting the environment and making things more efficient and effective, get their communities behind it in a very, very robust manner, spanning the globe. And really where we hope to make the change is using these three things. So we hope to have to bring in new users, to fill up these metaverses, to become aware of this, to have that financial literacy, to have that technical literacy. And then from there, allow companies, entities, organizations to leverage these financial tools in which we've made sure to have regulatory safe harbors to get that capital that they need to execute on these amazing, amazing initiatives. And lastly, be able to push forward at a larger scale and involve more people and let them get involved with these initiatives from the bottom up. So we're really excited at Acquirify to be able to really just be that foundation where we're vetted, validate anyone in the ecosystem, so that there's trust. And when there's trust, you see full multiplication. And around a topic like this, I think. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Amro, for sharing your insights over here. We are very excited to have you part of the beCOOL campaign. And with no further break, I would love to hand over to Harun from Piggylet. Thanks a lot for being part of here and inviting your community to also the Metaverse event afterwards. Please take over and share with us what are you up to? What are the last things which you've been working on? And how does climate action fit into your strategy?
Hello everyone, and thank you. I'm really glad to be part of this program, first of all, because Menthol protocol uses Web3 capabilities to make the space climate positive and democratize the solutions so that everyone in the project and in communities make Web3 space carbon free. And it is an important and good way to use Web3 technology. And first of all, I thank you for that, Menthol protocol, and thank you for that, Amir. So to explain the Piggylet to you, we are an NFT-backed lending platform that enables NFT holders to access liquidity without selling their NFTs through borrowing. And Piggylet also enables DeFi investors to earn yield through lending secured by NFT assets. But there are many other platforms that use this borrowing and lending, but we want to democratize the financial solutions for NFTs. In the current market, only blue chip and some high-value NFTs can benefit from borrowing and lending. And as Piggylet, we changed that by providing necessary security layers like NFT classification and liquidation systems to enable NFT-backed lending for the whole NFT ecosystem. So, like Menthol protocol, you guys care about the whole world's ecosystem, and as Piggylet, we care about the whole NFT ecosystem for financial opportunities. And I'm really glad that you guys invited us to join your space, and I'm really excited for the upcoming Metaverse event on the Decentraland. Thank you.
Awesome, Harun. Thanks a lot for sharing. Actually, like the first NFTs I got involved with were the flowers NFTs from Flow Carbon, because it was not only an NFT, it actually had real world impact behind it. So I love this idea of merging those different innovations out there. Talking about carbon credits, we know that it's not only carbon credits we have to take a look at. There are different impacts we seek in different areas. So I'm very happy to have Natalie over here from Jasmine Energy, who's bringing also renewable energy credits on chain. Natalie, if you could give a small overview of Jasmine Energy, your latest updates, and also how climate action plays into your strategy, which is, I guess, obvious from different perspectives. We would love to hear so, and thanks for being part of the beCOOL campaign.
Thank you, Amir. Thanks, Menthol community, for allowing Jasmine Energy to be part of your campaign. Yes, I'm Natalie, CEO and co-founder of Jasmine Energy. Jasmine is a marketplace for climate assets, and we're actually opening up our market with energy attribute certificates. As Amir mentioned, there are different types of climate assets like carbon offsets, but these are renewable energy credits, EACs, widely known globally, GEOs, RECs. The REC market is currently a $12 billion market that is still over the counter today. So we're building it on blockchain to reduce transaction times, improve price transparency, and increase liquidity. So why that's important is like increasing liquidity demonstrates the financial health of a renewable energy market. And with that health, attracts more investors to finance renewable energy. We think that we need to do more education on megawatt hours, want you to better understand your energy consumption. So most importantly, RECs are in units of megawatt hours, and what that translates to is actually 1 megawatt hour is equivalent to 1 metric ton of CO2 emission. So we aim to solve climate impact from the very beginning. Energy is one of the largest producers of CO2 emissions, and if we can decrease the amount of carbon-emitting energy on the grid by adding more renewables, then we can avoid a lot of carbon from being emitted from the very, very beginning. So that's our goal, and we really hope to have you join us on our Twitter, on our Discord, and also please vote for us. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks a lot for sharing, Natalie. We're super excited for your upcoming launch, and we'll be definitely there on your Twitter space, looking greatly forward. Now, when we talk about Web3 enabling climate action as well as social action, there's one very essential part which has to be there, layer ones. And I think when we look at the different solutions out there, there's one L1 which is standing out in their drive towards impact, and we couldn't be more happy to also be deployed on Celo. So Isha, a small introduction from your side regarding Celo would be amazing. We're huge fans. I think the whole refi space honors your strong movement in this field of impact. Lovely to have you here. Please share with us some news from your side. Give a small intro, and happy to hear your thoughts on climate action.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Amir. I feel like this is such an incredible panel, so I'm so grateful to be part of it. I had such incredible strategies and plans from all of these panelists. Oh my God, I'm so honored. So just quickly to tell you a little bit about myself. I had DeFi at Celo Foundation, but I'm here to talk a bit about climate strategy at Celo and what we're doing, and the incredible community that we have around climate on the Celo ecosystem. So just a really quick introduction for those that are not aware. Celo is a layer 1 chain, and we are very mission oriented, and our mission is prosperity for all. And climate action is a really big part of our strategy and has been from day one. We were actually launched on Earth's Day. So tomorrow is our 3-year anniversary, and we're always looking at from the foundation, and from the day we were started, our first block was to offset our prediction of energy consumptions and emissions. And so that was block 1 for us. And so climate has been a really big focus from the get-go. And as we kind of change and evolve, climate strategy is just becoming bigger and better for us at the foundation, at Celo. And so couple of things I wanted to just give a shout out to that we've done recently. One of the things that we're really proud of is we're starting with the concept of ultra green money. We're taking this concept of ultrasound money from Ethereum and changing it to ultra green to kind of change it to us. And essentially what that is all the gas that is generated, 20% of that will go towards carbon offset at the Celo Foundation. I know Menthol protocol has been really incredible in dashboarding our climate usage and helping C Labs to kind of run all those metrics. So a big shout out to Menthol here. And then as part of ultra green money and Earth Day. We've also run a couple of really interesting campaigns the last week because clearly climate is really big for us. For instance, we've run a campaign the first day of this week where we've had people mint POAPs, where we give, for every POAP minted, we give X amount of money to Giving Block towards donations to climate action. We've had a Move to Earn campaign where you kind of mitigate carbon emissions by moving and using energy efficient modes of transportation. And I know that campaign has had participation from people across 78 countries. And that was just yesterday. So I'm not even sure what the statistic for that is today. Toucan Protocol, one of the protocols on the Celo ecosystem that does carbon offsets. They have announced retirements of carbon credits on the Celo ecosystem. And we have Carbon Path that does incredible, again, carbon offsetting in the Celo ecosystem for abandoned mines, etc. And so, like, the entire ecosystem is constantly moving towards sustainability, constantly moving towards having positive climate as well as social impact. And so it's really great that we're here with Menthol, because I feel like these are the kind of partners and protocols in the ecosystem that we are always, we find it a pleasure to kind of work with and build with. I know, Amir, you mentioned Flow Carbon, who's also a partner protocol, and their NFT collection. Honestly, that was my first NFT I purchased too, the Flowers protocol, the Flowers NFT. And so I just wanted to say it's such a great pleasure to be here. And in case you're interested in learning more, we have a lot of climate-focused actions happening at Celo right now for Earth Day, and also super excited to be in the Metaverse event with you guys later on.
That sounds great. Thanks a lot. Like, we are also super honored to be working side by side with amazing partners and the amazing ecosystem of Celo. So, last but not least, I would love to give over to Dot Moves. Salom, lovely to have you over here. Please share with us what are the latest updates from your side. What do you do, and where does climate action fit into your strategy? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amir, for inviting Dot Moves to this panel. As Isha was saying, it's amazing to be here with this topic, within this topic, and with these colleagues working for in a way to address this issue. So I'm the COO at Dot Moves, and Dot Moves is the product of a passion that has been coming up for several years. So it's basically a remote peer-to-peer sports competition gaming platform. Our main mission and vision is to change the way that we play sports. We want to democratize sports and allow anyone, anywhere to play and compete against other players. So our main contribution for climate change is actually revolutionizing the way that players are playing sports. So a recent report considered that the sports industry is making their expenses are over $600 billion, and that is responsible for almost 60 billion tons of CO2. And this is like just a quick pick of athletes and staff and fans traveling all around the world to be able to participate in sports events and watch and see their favorite players playing their favorite sports. So Dot Moves is addressing that very issue by creating this digital approach to playing sports. We also based our sports game in a game economy that rewards players through their sports performance, by moving themselves, by participating in challenges and in tournaments. They use NFTs because we wanted to mimic the sports equipment metaphor for players. So I think anyone can have an empathy on the situation. I remember when I was a kid, every sports equipment had some meaning for me, either because they made me feel that I was like my favorite sports player, or because that equipment made me won several games throughout the year. So that kind of equipment becomes some kind of collectible of experience around an athlete's experience. So what we are also trying to come up in order to be able to reduce the consumption of sports-related products and that are perishable in a way is to create a digital version through NFT technology to allow players and fans to have a different approach to collectibles in the sports industry, reducing the supply chain around these products that are so perishable, and the meaning behind them can be associated to a digital product with reduced carbon footprint. So basically, Dot Moves, it's not directly, but it's very aware about these two main goals that we want to contribute for the whole world to achieve the goals that we've been agreeing to in order to change the trend that we've been watching for the several decades before us. So at Dot Moves, playing sports can be digital without losing the experience, can have the nostalgia and the experience from the physical products, but with a reduced carbon footprint because they are digital in our chain. Thank you.
Thanks a lot for sharing, and like amazing to see the different applications and where like we can embed climate action literally into any field. And that's also our aim. We want to bring climate and social impact into the economic system, and that works step by step by going through different industries and different use cases. I want to give a big shout out to all of our speakers over here. Thanks for sharing your thoughts and your updates, as well as being interested and involved in climate action. I also want to give a strong shout out to Meta Game Hub. We'll be having a Twitter space in 1.5 hours with a number of special guests over there, and also have like a second entry going jointly together into the Decentraland Metaverse event. So we have the pleasure of having amazing partners by our side. I also want to give a strong shout out to Shamba Network. We know that when looking at climate action, we have different bottlenecks, which we try to solve with the different technologies we're using. One of it is liquidity. We find the crypto market and the Web3 market having a lot of access to liquidity, and which is something we want to grow for different reasons in different applications anyhow. One other bottleneck is the verification, and giving access in an easy way also to smaller participants is something is something what the Shamba Network is doing. I just try to invite you up as a speaker. It just doesn't seem to work, but a huge shout out to you as well. We are honored to have you also as part of our beCOOL campaign and our soft launch. And it was amazing to hear that Cello actually also launched on Earth Day. So we are happy to be in that row over here. With this, I want to slowly close the Twitter space, invite you all over to the Decentraland Metaverse event. We'll be sharing on the main Menthol account the actual location, the date, the coordinates to log in. And I would invite every speaker over here, but also every community member to reshare this post. Let's have a great party in the Metaverse. Let's show that this is a place of an immersive experience, also, suitable for climate action and for community in this realm. Thanks a lot for this, amazing Twitter space, and we're looking forward to see with you, to talk with you in Decentraland, to explore the different quests we have prepared over there, and ultimately find you at the dance floor after you have successfully voted. So I hope it'll be fun. Looking forward to get your feedback, and I would say let's close it and let's jump over into the Metaverse.
Amir, can I just say thank you and thank you to it takes thought leadership to make this happen, and really appreciate you having all of this a pleasant experience. So thank you for hosting, and thank you for making this change possible, and let's do it together.
Thanks a lot for those kind words, Amro. I think we are all in this thought leadership together, but we are honored to be a part of it, and jointly make the world a cooler place. So shout out to everyone, and thanks a lot.
I love that. That's amazing.
Thanks, thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, friends.
See you in the metaverse.
Exactly. Cheers. Bye-bye.